Hello guys, today I'm going to share AWS interview question related to EC2 Lambda and some compute services part 4. So in this series like mostly I will share related to EC2 Lambda, auto scaling, cost optimization and NLB. So without any delay, let's get started. Like I'm preparing the series with number of questions. So from 1 to 15, you can check in my previous part. So from 16, I'm just starting from here. So the first question is, your application is running on a single EC2 instance and suddenly traffic increase 10x or 20x. So users start complaining that the website is slow. What solution would you propose? It's like very basic question related to scaling. If your application is running on EC2, EKS, ECS, anywhere. So in this case, we have to talk about scaling. Like let's say our application is running on EC2, then we should know like how the scaling policies will work and based on the traffic how it can automatically trigger. So let's go with answer. So a single EC2 instance become a single point of failure and cannot handle sudden traffic spike. So definitely a single instance can't handle the all traffic. In this case we can go with application load balancer on top of like on EC2 on top of we can use application load balancer. We can configure auto scaling group, and then we like in the auto scaling group only we have to define scaling policy based on the CPU or request count. Okay, so the architecture will be user ALB like application load balancer, then it can go to auto scaling group, then in last EC2 will be there. So whenever the high traffic will come, AWS will get the traffic, then it will pass to EC2, and whenever EC2 instance consuming high CPU, in this case, using auto scaling group, it can increase a number of EC2 instance. Okay. So on top of you may get follow-up questions like why not simply increase instance size? So definitely we can't go with virtual like vertical scaling because it has limit, and after that it can again show some downtime. Okay. Basically if you wanted to increase the instance type, we have to um, restart the server. Basically we have to stop the server, and then we can change the instance type, and then we can start the server. In this case you will get downtime. That's the reason it's not recommended. So horizontal scaling is more reliable in this case. So the next question is, your lambda function needs to access an RDS database located in private subnet. So how would you design this architecture? So I guess previous to previous lecture, I have already discussed about this Lambda function, like how we can configure inside a VPC. And let's say like you're like after configuring the Lambda function, you wanted to connect with RDS, and that is present in private subnet. In this case, we have to define our Lambda function inside private subnet. Basically, we have to attach the Lambda function inside VPC, and then we have to allow security group from RDS access, and route table we have to configure. Okay, and then architecture will be like API gateway, then Lambda, RDS, and then this complete architecture will work as a backend with database. Then the follow-up question will be, can Lambda still access the internet? No. So if we have configured the Lambda inside VPC, in this case we need NAT gateway to get the internet. Without NAT gateway, Lambda can't access the internet. So next question is, your development team wants to upload image directly to S3, but security policy does not allow public bucket access. How would you solve this? So this is like based on security related to S3, and definitely like if we have S3 bucket and you don't want to allow the S3 bucket over publicly, like anyone can access the bucket and anyone can upload the data. This should be secure, like we can give the access, but it should be in a secure way. So the answer will be like we can go with pre-signed URL. And the best process, basically, using API gateway, we can connect with Lambda. Inside Lambda we can generate pre-signed URL, upload, and then we can upload to the directly. So how the flow will go? So user will hit the API gateway with that document, and Lambda can take the document, and in that Lambda function only it can generate pre-signed URL, and then it can upload that document to S3 bucket. So yeah, this question like I got in few interview, and in one interview they told like you can implement it verbally. So let me know like if you need in a practical way, I can show you based on your comment. So the benefit will be, yeah, no public bucket. We are not exposing our bucket. We are just giving temporary access using signed URL, and we are uploading the data in a secure manner. So interview tip will be, this is very common real world architecture question. Yeah, definitely based on security of S3 bucket. So next question is, your manager asked to reduce AWS cost because EC2 instances are running 24 into 7, but traffic is only high during office hours. What would you suggest? It's very simple. Like we have to save our cost, and based on the timings, we have to save our cost. So what we can do? We can analyze the timings and users pattern. Then first option will be like we can go with auto scaling. So as it's mentioned, like only office hours it's high. In this case we can go with like 8 a.m. to p.m. scale out, scale in. We can configure schedule auto scaling. Second option will be like if it is continuous, it is EC2 application running, we can go with saving plans. Third option will be if in the same EC2 instance, we are running some kind of batch jobs, we can move to Lambda as a ETL process. This is one also very interesting topic to process ETL data, like process lots of data via Lambda, and we can convert in a different format. So this is also one more topic for practical. I will show you one day. So option 4 will be right size instance using CloudWatch metrics, and the expected outcomes will be reduce infrastructure cost without affecting performance. This is the next question. An application hosted on EC2 is healthy, but users cannot access the application through the load balancer. How would you troubleshoot? So regarding this, I will show you in a practical way, like how the workflow will go, and how we can access the application and how we can troubleshoot each and every point. Okay. So answer will be like we can troubleshoot in layer by layer. Like first we'll check up our application load balancer target group is healthy or not. Second will be verify health check path, and third will be check security group. So what I can do, let me show you in a practical way. So first steps will be check LB target group. So this is the server I have created. Let me go to first load balancer, and let me click DNS name, and you can see our application is running. Then how we can troubleshoot if it is not accessible. Okay. So first steps is check ALB target group. Where we can check it? In load balancer, we have target group. Okay. So we can check it from here also. Target group. I guess I have already opened. So target group, open it. You can see this is healthy. So this is the first point. You can see check LB target group healthy or unhealthy. It's healthy. One means we are good here. Second point will be verify health check path. Example slash health. So in my case, um, health check. In my case, path is slash. Okay. And in every 5 consecutive health check, it will basically it will validate and it will give the success code. So if my application is not running, so I already logged into the server also. So let me show you one command. You can see this is running. Let's say I'm going to, okay, let me go first. So if we talk about security group, so ALB to EC2, that should be whitelisted in EC2. I can show you that part. EC2 security group. You can see this is the security group I have attached for port 80 and 443, and this is for login from outside. So let me open this security group in new tab. This will be our web server ALB security group, which is attached to load balancer. So like from ALB to EC2 we have validated, and for internal to ALB we can let's validate. Means like ALB, right? ALB load balancer. So this is like our web server ALB, and you can see inbound. From internet we have whitelisted from 80 and 443 so that our traffic will go internet to ALB and then ALB to EC2. Okay. Fourth steps will be check application service if our application is running or not. So as of now, you can see application is running. That's the reason we are able to access the application. Okay. Now let me stop this service and we'll validate. Done. Not running. You can see inactive. Now let me refresh this page. Bad gateway. Let me start. Status will be active, and let me refresh. Running. Got it, right? How we can troubleshoot step by step the application. Yeah. So at the end, we can check the LB access log also. So interview tip will be always start from DNS, load balancer, network, server, then application. Okay. So the last question is like a bonus question. So your company highly available highly available serverless application. Users should access a static website, call APIs, and store data without managing server. What architecture would you suggest? Definitely, we can go with serverless architecture because the user don't want to manage any servers. Okay, so we can go with CloudFront, S3, API Gateway, and Lambda, and we can go with DynamoDB. So this complete project with all the services recently in previous week I have completed. You can just check it. This complete project I have created like previous Sunday, and I'm planning to share multiple projects in weekends. So let me know your comment about the projects. So benefit will be fully serverless, highly available, auto scaling, low cost, and no server management. So the follow-up question may be like you will get why DynamoDB instead of EC2 plus MySQL, because DynamoDB is fully managed, highly scalable, and fit for our serverless architecture. That's the reason we can use DynamoDB. And I have used DynamoDB only to test our projects. You can go ahead and check it. Okay, then thank you guys. Please like and subscribe my channel and support me. Thank you.